Hey guys, how you all doing? So today we're here to look at Tales of Argosa yet again, but we're going to look at deck of signs and its dice system. Before we get into the video, just want to let you know I now have a drive-through affiliate link, so if you use that it'll help me out greatly. And of course you can just like, subscribe, comment in below. As always with everything I do, I will leave a link in the description where you can find anything I look at. This will be no different. I'll leave a link to the game and the cards and everything else that comes with it that you can get for it. So we'll have a look at the decks, the deck system and the card system, and the dice system I mean. So first things first, we'll have a quick look at the dice. So you can just use a d6 really for this dice. So as you can see, it has different symbols on it. Your sword, your people, you have a fire, and you have a shovel. So there's two types of encounters you're going to have. You're going to have intelligent creature and non-intelligent creature, where this dice will be applicable to. So with a sword, it's going to be a threat. With the people symbol, it's going to be socializing. With the food symbol, it's going to be eating. With the shovel, it's going to be working. With the foot symbol, it's going to be travel. And the fire symbol is going to be resting. Now for intelligent creatures, this could mean people or group is in a battle with another creature or another group of people. It could be a trap, environmental danger, hazard. But for other creatures, for like say example wild animals, wolves, centaurs, magical creatures, it could be they are in having an ambush on you, or other creatures. It could be fighting another creature for territorial grounds. They could be trapped inside a trap. The people symbol is going to be socializing, doing activities, trading. The food symbol is going to be eating, getting food, water, cleaning up. The work symbol could be anything from making repairs, putting stuff away into carts, anything you think of. So it's really quite simple, but it helps describe things without you doing much. Then you just interpret the kind of results you want. Now we're going to have a look at the dice system. So you'll see we'll have two white dice. They're exactly the same symbols. This symbol means yes, and this symbol means no. Really quite simple. You'll have another dice with the exact same symbols, but there's no blanks. This is your judgment dice. You then have your fate dice. The skull is going to add a negative effect. The sun is going to add a positive effect, and the blank just doesn't do anything. So how you'd roll this as an example. So let's say we have a new adventuring group out. They're after coming into a dungeon, and they open the door and they see a chest. One of them just runs towards the chest and opens it without checking for any traps or hazards in the room or the chest. So they go to open the chest and you're going to ask a question. And the question is this chest trapped? Let's find out. So this blank symbol means nothing happens. This symbol with the white dice with an N means no, it's not. This symbol, when it's on the red dice, this is an overruling dice. So let's say, for example, the blank on the other dice was a yes and this was a no. They cancel each other out and this would overrule. But since this other dice was blank, this had an N for no and this had the Y for yes. So it is trapped, but it is positive to the trap. Now you can interpret this in any way you want. You could say the trap was already triggered by something else before and now the chest is empty. Or the trap just didn't trigger. It's been old, it's rusted and doesn't work anymore. So it is trapped, but effects of the trap did not happen. So it's really quite simple. And if you think something is more or less likely to happen, which I'm going to do an example roll now. We're 5-6 miles out from a city or town. And we just roll we roll the blue dice. And it comes up with, say, the people symbols for socializing. This could mean something for animals as well. This could mean that they're just resting, they're in a nest, they're lying down, they're asleep, they're after finishing a meal, stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we want to know if this is going to be a human encounter or an animal encounter. I mean, intelligent encounter or an animal encounter, non-intelligence. So that could be monsters and other creatures as well as wild animals. Since we're only 5 miles away from a town, I'm going to say I think it's more likely than not that it is an intelligent encounter. So it's going to be something relating to socializing, and let's roll to see what it is. So when you think something is more likely to happen than not, you can re-roll the dice. But since these two are blank, nothing happens. Now, this would indicate that this is not more likely to be an intelligent encounter. I think it is. So as per rules, I can re-roll any dice. And I'm going to roll the judgment dice, the most important dice. So again, is this more likely not to be a human encounter? I think it is. So if this gets a yes, it's a human encounter. If this gets a no, it's a creature encounter. And it's going to have a negative effect as well. So let's see what happens. It is not a human encounter. So we have a socializing dice, we have a negative effect, and it's not a human encounter. So what I'm going to rule is that we're after walking 5-6 miles away from a town. We're after coming across a bunch of wolves. They're after finishing eating a meal. They're lying down. They're full. They're half asleep or completely asleep. And what you notice is there's a merchant's cart. It's turned over. The stuff on the ground. You see the merchant dead. What's left of him. His young son. And a guard. His half-eaten corpse. So yeah, that's just an example of how you can use the Oracle system, Consulting the Bones. I think it's really elegant, really smart, really efficient, and it's great for solo play, which is kind of what it's meant for in this, but you can use it with anyone. Use it in a big group if you want, if you don't want to make a hard ruling yourself. And it's also, you can use it in front of everyone as well if you want, right to a secretly. So we're going to talk about the deck of signs. So there's a few things I'm going to go over on this page. So it has a time symbol set by suns and moons. So you have a light sun, which means morning to noon. A dark sun means afternoon, so noon to 6. A light moon, which means from 6 to midnight. And a dark moon, which means from midnight to morning. You're going to have a noun, you're going to have the direction on each card. You're going to have a verb, you're going to have an adjective, you're going to have an ambience, mood, tone, the scripture, and you're going to have the sun symbol, as well as the picture itself. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to roll 3 cards. In this it does say you can roll 2, but I know Steve himself says you can just roll 2 to 3. I've already shuffled this, so let's see what we get. So we have what looks to be, from the picture, a warrior, skeleton warrior. We have some sort of building here. It says it's a temple, so some sort of building or fort, temple. Then we have another undead creature. It looks like a priest of some sort. In my interpretation of this, we're going to have an undead fighting force who is led by a lich or priest skeleton of some sort. He's there to come after the temple. He's furious about what had happened to him in the past. Perhaps he was killed or something negative happened to him in this temple or church. We're going to say they're coming from the north, and they need the faithful to come and save them. So basically, I'm determining that from the north, we're going to have a war party of zombies, skeletons, led by some sort of lich, seeking vengeance on what was done on him on a past time. I'm going to say it's going to take 2 to 3 days to get there. That's just my arbitrary decision. It's going to give the party enough time to decide how we're going to do things or prepare. Maybe you can encounter them head on or fortify the area. And it's going to, by the time they get to the temple, it's going to be between morning and noon. That doesn't mean the battle's going to happen then. So it's up to now the GM and the players to decide how they want to deal with this encounter. Super simple, super great. It's an amazing system you can use for any game you want. Same with this book. I've showed it before from the tables inside it, are amazing. They can apply to any D20 system. But yeah, the cards in this are amazing. Like, you have, I think it's 50 or 60 cards, and they're all different. The art's amazing. Like, it's beautiful. So these cards are available on ttrpg as a PDF and as a print on demand. I will link the cards. The dice system at the moment are not available. I do believe Steve is working on another Kickstarter in the future for Tales of Argosa. I think he said it's going to be some sort of starter set. Oh, that looks brilliant. I love it. So I will again leave in the description where to find all this stuff, including the book. I'll attach my affiliate link. If you wish to use it, you may. If you wish not, that's also okay. Helps me out. It does help me out, so that's handy. So let me know what you think. Leave a like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Thanks again.